it stays with me, and I gravitated toward Canadians all my life. This is a true fucking story, man. I worked at Quick Stop. Quick Stop was owned by Mr. and Mrs. Tapar, but we call him Tapar. Wonderful fucking people, straight from India. He was one of the first yogis that had come to America to practice yoga and teach it and stuff like that. So, they've been there for a long time in the States, and they would have friends come visit them from India. And one day I was working at the video store, the Rainbow work and stuff. Mr. Tapar was covering Quick Stop, and he had a friend with him. And the dude came over from India. So I came in to get you at one point during the day, and he goes, Kevin, come over here. I came over and this is my friend from India. I've known him ever since I was a child. I said, pleasure to meet you, man. I love your friend, Mr. Tapar, is a good boss and shit like that. Apple polishing. And so he goes, he is a fakir. And I was like, really? A fakir? Like a fucking magic fakir? He goes, yes, he can tell the future. Give him your palm and he will read your palm. And I was terrified because I used to steal from Quick Stop. And I was afraid he'd be like, you were a thief. So I said, okay, and I gave him my hand, and the dude looked at my hand and he goes, oh, you're going to be a teacher. And I was like, really? Like a teacher? Like a school teacher? And he goes, no, a teacher, and you will teach people things. And you will be in all the magazines. And I was like, really? For what? He goes, cannot tell you. And at that point, I'm like, could be for murder. Like, what? But he said something, this is the big one. He goes, and there's someone you will meet in your life, someone very important to you, whose initials will be S-A-M. I said, oh, okay, I don't know any Sams. And he's like, I knew one guy, Sam Long, I haven't talked to him in years. And he said, I don't say it's the person you know, and I don't say the name is Sam, but these letters come at me, I look at your palm, it's S-A-M-M. And so for, it was a good 2 years going to film school, that happened. And I would meet girls and be like, what's your name? And it wouldn't be S-A or M, I'd be like, I'm done with it. And that was my future. Went to film school in Canada, Vancouver. They had this program in Vancouver Film School. There's nothing like they have in the States. Quick hit, 8 months, get into it now and stuff like that. You don't have to do a 4-year program. You don't get a degree, they just give you a certificate that says you finished the program. That's about as good as a fucking college degree anyway. So I was like, maybe I'll try this shit. So I went to film school in Vancouver, in British Columbia, and I met a bunch of people, including people that I made my first few movies with. Dave Klein, who's my DP for the first 5 movies, I think, or first 3, and then later on a few more. And then probably the most important person I ever met in my life, creatively, the guy who was my battery, the guy who allowed me to be who you know that I am. We were 2 people that went to film school together, and both of us wanted to direct. But he fell into a supporting role, like a producer. He helped me make my dreams come true and shit like that. He's the dude I do Smodcast with as well. He's still in my life. I met him the first day of film school, and his name is Scott A. Mosier. And when I walked in the room and shit, I had no idea. One day we were sitting there talking and shit. It wasn't until 6 months into our relationship. I was like, what's your middle name? And he was like, A. And I said, A for what? It was just A. I said, why? He goes, my old man said, fuck the system. He refused to bow and give me a second name, and the nurses were giving him shit at the hospital, so he just put A. And so they just put A. I was like, does it stand for anything? He goes, no. And I was like, well, I'll be honest with you. One day I met an Indian fakir. I would meet a man with the initials I'd say, and he's like, get the fuck out of here. No shit. He's like, what did the fakir say? And I was like, he said we should suck each other's dicks. So I was like, I don't believe in religion. But anyway, so it's fucking strange, man. I've always been drawn, without Canada and Canadians, I probably don't wind up doing anything. Scott is literally fucking the battery in the whole beginning of my career, and still the battery today when I sit down and fucking record Smodcast. Without Scott, we don't get to these movies. Scott came up with the title Yoga Holders. There's an episode of Smodcast where we're sitting around reading a news article about a yogi in Edmonton who had been found with a piece of art that was stolen from a museum, and it was real fucking bedroom farce of a story and stuff like that. But we were talking about it, and Scott was talking about the cops showing up to bust the dude's door down, and the cops were like, open the door, you goddamn yoga lovers. And I just fucking died laughing. I was like, hold on, nobody got a was something him and I built together on the podcast and whatnot. And Moose Jaws, which is the next movie, the final fucking nail in my career coffin. The third in the True North trilogy, and that's just Jaws, but with a moose instead of a shark. Came from an episode of this podcast, sitting around talking to Scott and fucking doing a story about this woman who, like, she was driving her car and fucking hit a moose and put her in the hospital. And then her sister was like, I gotta go visit my sister in the hospital. And she went to see her, and she hit a moose and wound up in the hospital right next to her. And so I was like, holy shit, the moose are out for this family. This time it's personal. And Scott and I will simultaneously go, Moose Jaws! And then we start making fun of it and shit like that. But, you know, now I'm at this point in my life where we used to do shit like that all the time, make up funny things, and go, that's funny, let it die there. But I'm at a point in my life where I'm like, Moose Jaws is brilliant, let's make it. And so, like, that's the next movie we do, and that'll close it all out and stuff. But I owe a lot to this country. Like, you know, one day I do hope to be a dual citizen. I hope they give me the citizenship. Like, it'd be nice, like, kind of like, every once in a while I go to college and I'm like, here's a fucking degree, and they give me an honorary doctorate, and I didn't have to do anything for it. So I'm hoping after all these years of going, like, Canada, one day they're like, here's your citizenship, shut up. And until then, they just continue to inspire. It continues to inspire. Okay, where else do we want to go?